My man Czar make tracks like this.
What's going on, y'all? I want to give you my review of the Hilbe Mo67 mic pre. I'm speaking to you right now through the Mo67 using a Roswell Mini K87 microphone. The Mo67 is a mic pre that I was introduced to this year at Winter NAMM 2019, and I became very interested in it. It's got a very interesting backstory and history to this pre. It has almost all the features that I would want in a 500 series pre. It has a pad, it has metering, and it has a DI. The Mo67 uses the 1967 1729 op amp. This op amp was the predecessor to the API 312, which uses the 2520 op amp that API is famous for. So the Mo67 is based off I believe the name of the company was Modular Audio Products. That company became API. When it became API, they switched out the 1729 op amp for the 2520. The cool thing about the Mo67 is that it allows you to remove the op amp that's inside, and you can place your own 2520 or any 2520 style op amp into this mic pre. The Mo67 also shares some family lineage with the Quad 8 and Electrodyne as well. But again, very interesting backstory to this pre, which made me become very interested in it. I like to use pre's and gear in general that just not everybody uses. So I really found the Mo67 to be really unique. Let's take a look at the front panel and go over some of its features. So I'm now speaking to you through the Mo67 into my Rode Procaster, and I got a pair of Mo67s. I got a really nice deal off Reverb for these, so I ended up getting a pair. And nothing crazy with the layout here. You've got your high Z button, which actually functions as a mute as well, which I really like. I've been using this for podcast recording, and whenever I needed to mute the mic, I'll just press that high Z button, and it'll mute the pre. Phantom power, you got a 20 dB pad. This gain is detinted, which is really nice. You also have phase and impedance from 1200, and this is now at 300 impedance. Here's a shot of the inside of the Mo67. And now we'll listen to some examples that I recorded. This is an artist named Larissa J that I recorded through the Mo67 using a Roswell Mini K87. Used the pair here. She sings and plays acoustic guitar, so I had one mic for the vocal, one mic for the guitar. And yeah, check her out if you're ever flying through Nashville, because she sings a lot at the airport when you're coming towards baggage claim. But there's no processing on this, just a little bit of reverb. And I'm just going to play the end of this cover song that she did.
Ooh, 'cause you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I am weak. You say I am held when I'm falling short, and when I don't belong. Oh, you say I am yours, and I believe. Oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe. Oh, I believe, yes. Oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe.
So I'm really happy how that came out. I do feel while the low end is warm, the low mids, Mo67 really has a unique sound. The Mini K87 is a very transparent microphone, so we're getting a lot of color from the mic pre, and I didn't know what to expect from this mic pre. I didn't know if it was clean or if it was colored, but it really has a sense of both to me, because the low mids and low end I feel like I'm getting a vintage colored tone from, but yet the high end is clear and open to me. I do feel like this could use some high end, but that's the only thing I'm hearing in this. I love mic pre's and microphones that I don't have to do a lot of EQing. So if the only thing I feel that this vocal needs is to add some high end, I'm very happy with that. Let's move on to some examples of some instruments that I recorded. In this example, we'll hear a clean guitar, a distorted guitar, and a bass guitar, all recorded through the Mo67 using a Vanguard V4 mic. And we're going to start with the clean guitar. And now the distorted guitar. And bass guitar. Okay, let's move on to some more examples. So there was some examples of the Mo67 on different instruments and vocals. Overall, I really like the Mo67 on vocals. It just has a unique sound that I really like, and it gives me something else that I don't get from my other mic pre's, which is really good because, like I said, I didn't know what to expect from this pre. Compared to an API, Hilbe says that the Mo67 has a smoother top end and a smoother low end. Otherwise, their sonic characteristics are similar. In my opinion, they both sound similar, but where they differ to me is in the high end. I feel that the Mo67 is a little brighter than the API. You can find out more about this pre at proaudiodesign.com. Any questions, comments, let me know, and I'll catch y'all next time. I want to invite everyone to check out my new podcast, the Faders Up Podcast. It's a podcast about pro audio. I've got me and 3 other Nashville professionals. We're discussing pro audio topics, pro audio lifestyle. And it's available on Apple Podcasts and it's available on Spotify. So check it out, rate it, let me know what you think.